So to begin with, I'm going to take the basic measurement that I'm going to be using. This is a crop top corset. So I am going to be taking 8 inches as the chest line or the armhole length. I'm going to be taking my bust point 10. I'm going to take my under bust length 13.5, and then the full length I'm using for this is 17.5. So after that, I will go ahead and then I'll take my shoulder measurements, and then on the chest line as well, I am going to repeat the shoulder measurement 8 so that I can connect it together. Once that is done, I'll take my nipple to nipple measurement 4 from the bust point, and then I'll take it on the full length. So connecting it from the bust point to the full length like this. So after that, I will take my neck width. I'm using 4 as my neck width, and then the neck depth I'm also going to be using 4 inches. So after that, I am going to do my shoulder slant, come down by 1 inch, and then I'm going to link it up as well. So from this point up onto the armhole, I am going to take the half of that point, and I'm going to link it to the bust point like this. Then on the full length, I'm going to take out half of an inch on both sides. Then I'm going to link it to the bust point like this and like this. Once that is done, I'll take the distance, the length from the bust point up until the under bust length, and for me I have 3.5, so I'm going to use it to form a circle round about like this. Just get the dots before you start linking it up together. Then I'll use my pencil, and then I will connect all of my dots that is making it a circle. So on the under bust length, from this last point here, I'm going to go out by half of an inch. Then I'm going to repeat that on this other side. From this point, I'm going to go out by half of an inch. Then I would connect it from the under bust length to the full length like this. And then do the same for the second part like this. So whatever I have here, I have 1.5 here. I am going to be adding extra half to make it 2. So I'm going to divide it 2 by 2. That is 1 on one side and 1 on the other side like this. So I'm going to connect it. I'm going to connect the points like this, and then connect the second one like this. On the second side, I'm also going to connect the first point. I'm going to connect it like this. So I'm going to take 1/4 of an inch, that's half of half. I'm going to divide half by 2. Then what I have is what I'm going to be taking, that's 1/4 of an inch, just to avoid gapping. So I'm going to still link it up to the initial line that I drew. I'm going to link it up like this. Like this. So I am going to take my bust measurement. I am 9.5. Then whatever I'm taking out of this point, 2 inches, I'm going to add the 2 inches here. Then I'll add extra 1 inch allowance, same allowance. On the under bust length, I am 30, that's 7.5. So on this point I have 1.5, I'm going to mark the 1.5, an extra 1 inch seam allowance. On the full length, I'm 28 on the waist, that's 7. Whatever I have here, I am going to add it like this, then 1 inch seam allowance like this. So I'm going to connect the points together. So I'll just take my bust point just to know the point where my bust is. This is my bust measurement. So on that point, I'm going to come down by 1 inch like this. Then I'll make a mark from there down onto the 1 inch. So this is where I'm going to be marking my cup to go and meet it on the under bust like this. Just follow me and just follow what I'm doing carefully because the bust is fuller at this point. So I just have to add extra inches. Then I'll come down from the chest line by 1 inch. Then I'll go out again by half of an inch. So I'm also going to connect it from this half of an inch that I made initially up onto the under bust length like this. So from the 1 inch shoulder slant, I'm going to take the half and then I'm going to go out by half of an inch inside of it like this, and I'm going to connect it. Yep. Once this is done, on this 1 inch point, I am going to link it to this point like this. So just follow me carefully. I am going to link it like this from that point, that one. I'm going to connect it this way, like this. Yep. So for this other part, see the lines there, I'm just going to link it. Just connect this one initially that we marked. Then I'm going to link it like this again. This way. Yep. So we took 1 out, so I'm going to also come down by 1 on the side seam, and then I'm going to link it up like this. This is the one we're going to be using. This is the measurement. This is a new measurement we're going to be cutting out. So this is what we need basically. One side of it is ready and the second side of our cup is ready. So for the back, I will also take my chest line. I'll take my underbust measurement, 13.5, and then I will take the overall full length. So I'll take out 1 inch and 1 inch again. So I'll just link it together. This will serve as the zip allowance. So from that point, from that zip allowance point, I'm going to take my shoulder measurement 8. Then I'll come to the chest line and take 8 again. So I'll just connect the points together like this. Once that is done, I am going to also take 4 inch as my neck width, and then the neck depth I'm going to be taking 1. This is the back neck. You can take yours deeper, it's up to you, but for me, I'm not going to be using this side, so it's just the measurement I'm taking. So I am going to come down from the chest line by 1 inch, and then I'm going to connect it like this. I'm going to come down further, but for now I'll just bear this in mind before I deepen it later. So I'm going to be taking my nipple to nipple measurement as well, 4 inches. And then 4 inches again. So I'll just connect the 3 points together. After that, I would come down on the full length and I will take 1/2 inch on both sides. So I am going to link it up from the chest line up onto the full length like this. So on the zip allowance, I'm going to take out 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to connect it like this. The purpose for taking out this 1/2 inch is just to make sure that your zip is seated perfectly after you're done fixing it. Remember that we came down by 1 on the front part, so from the chest line I'll further come down by 2. I want to deepen the neck a little at the back, so I'll just link that 2 to the one that we marked on the side like this. Remember we took down 1 inch from the chest line for the front part, so we're also going to do the same thing. So I'll just take my bust measurement, 9.5 plus extra 1 inch, that's 10.5. On my other bust length, I'm going to be taking 7.5 plus whatever I have here, half. I'm going to have this 1/2 inch plus 1, that plus 1 inch allowance, that is 1.5 inch. So for the full length, I'm going to take 7 inches, which is my waist. Then I have 1 plus 1, that's 2. That is plus 1 inch seam allowance, making it 2. So I'll just link up the points together like this. So I'll just extend this line up onto that side, 1 inch. I'll extend it and then I'll link it up together. So after that, I'm going to come down by 1 inch and also go ahead to do this shoulder slant again. Link it up to the neck. So I am going to be joining this one. So I don't want to have any joints at the back, so I am fixing it from the pattern before cutting it on the fabric. So this is a new back pattern that we're going to be using, and this is the front patterns that we've already cut. So this is basically everything we need for our patterns. This is everything we need to cut on our fabric. I'm going to link all of these ones together like this. So for this one, I'm going to cut 2 of this and 2 of this for one side and on the other side. And then for this other one, I'm going to cut 2 of this one as well, and I'm going to cut this one on fold and also for the back. So thank you for watching this video. See you in my next video where I'll show you how to join them together. Thank you.